Hey there, welcome to Indie Shorts Mag. Thank you for checking out our latest review. Today, we are reviewing Blueberry Flytrap by Ollie Matlock. Co-written by Jubei Powers and Ollie Matlock, the 18-23-minute short is unusual on all accounts. For one, it gives the immense pleasure of watching Asians play the leads, and another high simply because of the uniqueness of its tale presented. But perhaps the most deserving shout-out for its versatile storytelling. Blueberry Flytrap is an engaging thriller that fuses multiple genres and yet seamlessly presents a story of obsession, fantasy, and its unpredictable consequences. Before you are complacent into compartmentalizing this film as yet another story of an obsessive stalker and their predictable ways at controlling the narrative, picture this. A young woman receives a mysterious gift that helps her find her voice to confess to her neighbor the feelings she has been nursing for him. Interesting enough, if Ectodessa's music composition doesn't do it for you, then this should. The synopsis of the film belies its creative genius, for she isn't the simpleton she presents herself to be. He isn't as coveted as one might imagine him to be. And their narrative isn't as orchestrated as we might like to believe. That all is fair in love, and war is now blasé. But how about fantasy and obsession sees no boundaries? From its very opening shot, Des remains our guide into understanding the pulse of this film. As mentioned earlier, the short blends in multiple genres. Take for instance the meet-cute. Jaeyeon Park is returning from the market when she bumps into Michael's song. Pretty uninspiring. But as the camera pans to give us the vantage viewpoint of Daemin, we realize there is much more at stake. Clearly, Park isn't the sole narrator of this story. That having said, the dialogues, music, pretty much everything implies the comedy that is to become of Jaeyeon and Michael. Or does it? Kim as the seemingly innocent neighbor is convincing. She makes Jaeyeon Park likable. Her nervous, ridiculously embarrassing efforts to chalk up a decent conversation with her crush easily draws the chuckles. Axis, on the other hand, makes Michael the ultimate catch. He is the desirable man from the neighborhood. Director Ollie Matlock would easily be forgiven for choosing a scene or two to imply this. However, he sticks with Amy instead, to establish Michael's fidelity and commitment. The characters are interesting, as are their arcs projected, a considerable feat for a film of under 20-minute duration and an unusual subject of a supernatural thriller genre. It would be near impossible to describe the essence of the plot without divulging any of the spoilers. So we'd let slip on the editing by DJ Ecal that does a marvelous job at effectively transitioning the animation into the central narrative of the film. Blueberry Flytrap, that uses a cyclical narrative, keeps its audience engaged by breaking the monotony at regular intervals by either relying on its editing or cinematography to maintain the thrill quotient in its timeline. Skiles, however, needs a special mention. As the cinematographer, not only does he smartly incorporate the scenes between Lee Ji-won and Choi Ah-sung, but he also expertly handles the camera work by including multiple close-ups, long shots, and overhead shots, each contributing strikingly to the plotline. Who was the generous benefactor who left the mysterious gift at Jaeyeon's doorstep? Does love conquer all? Is the obsession over a stranger worth jeopardizing it all? Matlock manages to bring elements of mythical folklore into very contemporary times. And by setting the film within an urban landscape, he offers his cast a brilliant opportunity to experiment with their roles. While the screen time focuses heavily on Kim and Axis, the supporting cast is no less commendable in their contribution. In fact, It is their very presence and well-written characters that make Jae-yeon and Michael shippable. Blueberry Flytrap offers a unique story. Not surprising then that it is narrated in the most visually telling ways of animation and graphics and pure drama. We rate Blueberry Flytrap 4.2 out of 5. Watch this one out for an engaging thriller meets dreamy short. Thank you for checking out the review and for sticking till the end. If you like the review, please like, share, and subscribe.